Hi guys, welcome! In the upcoming patch update in late December, we'll be getting another round of skill adjustments and balance tweaks that are set to shake up the evolving meta. These classes have fallen out of the meta for quite some time, and we're hopeful that the upcoming changes will finally boost their popularity in both PvE and PvP. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. First up, let's dive into the buffs for Hinrich. First, Fire Strike will no longer reduce Hinrich's HP to 1 point, and instead it will just reduce his current HP by 80%. Thus, he will still have 20% of his current HP remaining if the target is not killed. In addition, Fire Strike now ignores the target's reflect, shield, flee, and anti-fatal effects. Hence, is a great quality of life adjustment as you no longer need to pre-cast Breaking Dawn on the target before unleashing Fire Strike. This will increase Hinrich's chance of killing other players directly, even if they have thick shields from lumashing. Second, Hinrich's White Star attack loop has been adjusted. The first phase White Star Wind now grants 1 stack of charge after use, allowing him to accumulate stacks faster. Additionally, when he reaches max charge stacks, casting his White Star attack loop will just keep spamming the 4th phase White Star Moon only. This change will allow him to deal more damage to a single target. And third, Unyielding has been changed from an active skill to a passive skill. This means that its offensive and defensive effects are now permanent, contributing to a smoother skill rotation. Overall, these buffs are much needed for elevating the damage potential of Hinrich. Up next, we have 2 adjustments for Hogan. First, Lucky Refine can now take effect on himself. And second, Lucky Card has an additional effect that boosts Hogan's skill damage by 1% for every 15 points of luck. Up next, we have the buffs for Tatas. First, Dark Circle no longer resets the duration of Abyssal Mark. Instead, it will apply 1 stack of Abyssal Mark on all enemies within 10 meters. It also has an additional effect of removing 1 negative effect from himself. And second, the damage multiplier of Heavy Roll now includes the number of Abyssal Mark stacks the target has plus 1. Thus, with max 3 stacks, the damage of Heavy Roll will be quadrupled. Although these buffs are aimed in improving Tatas' damage potential, I don't think it will be enough to replace Elenia as primary damage dealer in the current 6v6 meta. Up next, we have the buffs affecting Hela's offensive capabilities. First, the damage of Garm has been changed from neutral damage to poison damage, which means that all of Hela's attack skills now deal poison damage only. However, this will make Argyopi card users a bigger problem in PvP. In addition, Garm has an additional effect that increases the target's HP loss increase effect by 1% every time Garm attacks. This effect lasts for 5 seconds and can stack up to 30 times, hence it will synergize with the HP loss damage from poison status. And second, Bottled Ghost has an additional effect that cancels the target monster's poison elemental counter coefficient when frustrated status reaches 10 stacks. This will improve Hela's poison damage against all monsters regardless of their element. These changes will definitely elevate the damage potential of Hela in both PvE and PvP. Up next, we have several adjustments for Nidhog. First, Nidhog's primary damaging skill, Streamer of Fallen Night, has a new effect. It now has a 25% chance to convert the target's armor into Holy Element for 5 seconds. This opens up the possibility of having Dark Focus element attacks in PvE and PvP. Don't worry though if you're playing with a Saint Converter in your team, as you can turn off the Holy Conversion effect. Second, the Magical Dragon skill passive has an additional effect that boosts the dark element damage of Nidhogg and Draconic Tribesmen by 30%. And third, the Ragnarok rune has been adjusted, wherein the additional M-Pen is now gained as a passive, and it will be doubled when Twilight of the Gods buff is active. All these adjustments are aimed to boost the DPS of Nidhogg and her teammates that have dark element focused builds such as Morok. Will this dark damage Holy Conversion team strategy be the new meta? Up next, we have several adjustments affecting Rune Master's Soul Stabbing Spear skill. First, the damage range of Soul Stabbing Spear has been adjusted to a 2x3 meter rectangular area in the target's direction. Hence, it's now a mini AoE skill that is beneficial in Oracle and Airship. Second, Soul Stabbing Spear Soul Breaking has an additional effect wherein the damage calculation of Soul Stabbing Spear will include 24% of Rune Master's magic attack. And third, a new star rune has been added for Rune Masters called Soul Piercing Star Rune. The first line effect increases the damage of Soul Stabbing Spear by up to 30%. The second line effect grants Soul Stabbing Spear a chance to automatically cast 100 spears. As for the third line effect, Deep Cut doubles the damage increase effect of Soul Stabbing Spear. The generation probability for this line is 6%. All of these changes Rune Master are focused on improving the damage potential of Soul Stabbing Spear, which will pair well with the upcoming Holy Conversion buff of Nidhog. And lastly, we have adjustments impacting the Assassin class. First, Soul Erosion Poisonous Soul has an additional effect wherein every 5% poison attack, abnormal status attack, or poison element damage will increase the damage of Assassin's Poison and new poison against monsters by 1%. Second, Soul Protection has an additional effect wherein it can be automatically activated without consuming any souls when you use other skills that consume souls except for Nell. Third, the Poison Cast Acer skill now cannot be dispelled by monsters. Thus, bosses that cannot be debuffed, such as Komoda Dungeon and Ghost Palace MVPs, can now be affected by Poison Cast, increasing the poison damage they receive and reducing their max HP. And fourth, the SP cost of some Blade Soul skills has been reduced. Since Blade Souls have limited SP regen, this will allow them to have smoother gameplay, especially in long fights. I guess these changes are catered more towards improving Blade Soul's damage potential in PvE rather than in PvP. So that's it for the class balance adjustments coming in the December patch update. Will these buffs be enough to dethrone the current powerhouses in PvE and PvP? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, that's it for this video guys. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed watching this guide. If you're new here, I'd love for you to consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you back. Thank you for watching and see you in our next episode.